Long time no see. It is about 8 a.m. Eastern. It is April 10th when I'm recording this, and I am finally making an appearance back on YouTube. I thought I would do a day in the life with you guys to show you my current training routine, what I'm doing, also a little bit of farm content because that is my other life outside of trading, and just update you guys since it's been almost 10 months since I have made a YouTube video. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this little vlog style day in the life, and yeah, get ready to see some cows and chickens because we got to go do farm chores. Hello. Yeah, okay, don't come out this way. We're going that way. Watch out. Good morning. Come on. We have got, excuse the redneck door situation. I was supposed to order an electric door and I haven't done that yet. And so this is what I came up with until then. But yeah, I have got way too many chickens. I ended up getting 3 turkeys. Well, one of them died. And so the solution to that was to go get 2 more, which also ended up being 6 more mini bantam chickens, which was a bad idea because I'm a new chicken owner and now I know that you shouldn't mix the bantams with the regular chickens because they get picked on. I also ended up with 1 male turkey and 1 rooster. Yeah, so I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. That's what I get for, Tractor Supply chickens, but impulsive buys, all those things. Oh, here's the little ones. They're making their way down. They're all the same age, give or take like a few days, but yeah, they're starting to get used to each other. It's just, again, the little ones were getting picked on, and that's our rooster, who's actually been super nice, I think, because the male turkey is like, this is my territory. On to get the cows, if I can get this door. Okay, there we go. The cows are my favorite morning routine just because I've had them longer, and so they're used to me. I'm favoring children. I know, it's bad. Good morning. Yeah. Did you sleep good? Huh? You got hay all over you. Yeah. Well, that was my foot. She's not so much of a morning person. I don't even know if you can see her right now. Dixie, the brown one who just left, loves morning love. Daisy's kind of like, feed me. Here. Nope, 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 nope. You don't need to share. Come here. Daisy. Hey, Daisy. Come here. Dixie, one of you. That's all I've got for morning farm chores right now is the cows and the chickens. I do have 3 surprises coming in July, which I guess I can say is my daughter's birthday presents, but also for me too. Yeah, if you guys haven't been following me on Instagram or seen the updates, a lot of you are probably like, where have you been? Did you quit day trading? All of those things. No, I didn't quit day trading. I had a baby, and she has been the absolute best thing that has ever happened to me. But becoming a mom completely changed everything in regards to my trading routine. Obviously, making YouTube videos. Life just got really, really busy. It's hard to do that just by myself. So to do all the things by myself, and I've always been the type of person who just is used to doing everything by themselves, but switching from being super independent to having a child that depends on you, I can't just work 24/7. With that being said, my trading routine has also changed. So I have still been trying to figure that out. By no means do I have it figured out yet. The markets are absolutely insane. I'm sure you guys have seen that with Trump and tariff news. We had our biggest day we had seen since 2008 yesterday, and I had an absolute killer day yesterday. I did take some good amount of time off, obviously, with having her, postpartum, trying to figure out a sleep routine. So a lot of things, it was honestly like I had to start all over again, which is crazy after I've been trading for going on 9 years now. So I had to just kind of reset my whole routine, what I was doing. I just couldn't spend hours on the computer, trading like I used to, which again, that's not true freedom, but when you don't have anything else and it's your full-time job, obviously you want to trade as much as possible to make as much money, but in reality, there is a balance and a happy medium to it all. So that's just what I've been trying to find. What are you doing? What are you doing? Do you want love now that you ate? Yeah. she's hangry in the mornings. Anyways, I'll stop talking. Let's go look at the screens and see what stocks are doing. Yeah, okay. It's like the past, honestly, 2 weeks or so, I just have not seen the A+ setups that I had been seeing. Obviously, we've had price action that was just whipsaw price action, and it's always easier looking back to be like, wow, if I would have caught that, I would have made this much money. But in reality, this type of price action, these big candles, unless you're just really good at scalping, it's really hard to trade. It's really hard to trade from a safe perspective because the larger the candles are on futures, they are so leveraged that it could really blow up an account very easily if you get caught in something like this. So today, going into it, I really am just going to take it easy, take it slow. I usually don't trade market open unless I'm just seeing something from a larger point of view. So it's 8:55 a.m. Eastern right now. I'm just going to let things play out for another 45 minutes, study some different charts, see if I see anything. Okay, so it is about 10:34 a.m. Eastern, and so markets have been open for about an hour, which is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see how price was holding that first hour. We had such a huge gap up yesterday. That was really important just to have patience this morning to see if those gains can actually hold for that larger point of view. So far I am long. I'm up about 5,000 give or take. Still really volatile this morning, so I'm gonna go ahead and move my stop up to at least break even. I got a good, or a little bit over, I got a good average of 1851.95 for my long entries. So I'm just gonna go ahead and move this trade slightly break even just to cover commissions. That is my absolute favorite types of trades, is just where you can go break even, you can have no risk, you can just let it play out. And that just goes from waiting for your really A+ entries, being super patient near those key levels, and that's what we did this morning. So far we reclaimed that key level of 1857 I was looking for, so potentially I'm thinking we can have a move back towards like 1900. That's what I'm aiming for, larger point of view, but let's just see how things progress. We had a really crazy day yesterday, so for us to continue another leg up today, that would be wild. Since the markets have been so crazy, I just decided before I get off the screens to go ahead and move my stop up to secure a couple grand. These markets have been too crazy not to, so I just want to make sure that as price is moving in my favor, I'm at least securing some profits. Okay, since we last talked, it was this morning, and now it's almost 3 p.m. Eastern. The day just got away from me and I was not able to get a lot of trades. However, I am currently in a trade, so I'll show that one to you guys, as well as kind of recap some of what I did today. Markets are whipsawing like crazy. However, key levels from a larger point of view are still playing out very nicely. You just have to be super patient for your entries, which I've been really good about this past week to 2 weeks, but I will say it's getting tiresome having these huge candles and news releases. I just want a normal market again. That'd be fun, but we gotta adapt. Anyways, let's jump on the screens and see what I'm currently in, as well as what I traded today. Currently, I am in oil long. So we had a really nice larger point of view, practically triple bottom, more than that, but there was a key level I had at 59.17. You can see it on this chart right here. So we were just bouncing aggressively off of 59.17. And so I was watching that from that larger point of view. We just kept finding buyers there, traditional trend line break. But the core of my strategy is really those key levels. If I don't have a key level of interest that we're near, I'm not gonna take a trend line break. I think a lot of people misinterpret my strategy is just trend lines. Absolutely not. I only take a trend line break if we are near a key level. So really nice price action off 59.17. And so this is my broker. I am in 5 contracts. And so the profit and losses right here, it's about 2,600, 2,700 right now. I really wish I took more, but honestly, it was just later in the day. Markets were crazy. I was actually on my phone when I entered this trade, and I just got back home from running errands. So I just wanted to pop on, show you kind of where I'm at. I'm gonna go ahead and move the stop up to that last support base near like 60.19 just to secure some more profit. So my average is down here near 59.88. I actually got in way later. Again, I was running errands, I was on my phone, but I had already had all these levels pre-marked, so I'm still able to enter if I'm out and I'm seeing price action go the way that I want it to. I'll still be able to enter using my phone, but I'll only do that if I have pre-planned the trade beforehand on my laptop, on my desktop, and marked out my key levels. So that's just goes to show how important it is to pre-plan, so that way if you are working a full-time job, you can still go and take trades. The problem is when you're just impulsively entering and you haven't pre-planned anything. That's what's really going to get you in trouble. As far as oil, I'm really liking potentially like 60, 66 right here, and then maybe 61, 68. So those are potential targets, but we'll just see. We're already so late in the day. Oil tends to slow down in price action, so I'm not betting on too large of a move, but I'm going to close it before, obviously before like 5 o'clock. Honestly, I might close it pretty soon. Just depends on price action here. Before we dive into my trades, I just want to double check and make sure that my stop is where I want it to be, just trailing the new trend. 60.24, yeah, I'm okay with that stop on oil for now. Okay, I had to clean up my chart a little bit, but RTY is my main focus for today. That's what I traded the most of. So let's just go over kind of what I was looking for. And I actually took a small scalp, which was against what ended up happening larger trend-wise today, but it still played out and it still worked. And I was patient for my next level to hit and caught another really nice scalp, but there's just been so much whipsaw price action that you've got to be good at scalping. You can't get too confident on larger price targets with this market because you will just easily get crushed and you'll watch your P&L constantly go green to red, red to green. You know, it's just going to mess with you emotionally. So it's better to be quick, at least right now, until markets just decide what they want to do. Or Trump decides what he wants to do with tariffs, either or. Okay, so basically in here I was just chatting my plan. And so I was looking for basically how we were reacting near 1857.10. That was determining whether I was going to enter long. This was like right around 10:15. So right in, let me turn this off. Right in, my camera's blocking it. Here. Okay, yeah. This was right when I took the trade, was right in this area. It doesn't take much with futures though. That's the thing, is like I can get a little move in here and yeah, I might have missed the big move, but I can still in the day very profitable as long as I'm following my plan. The most common mistake I see, especially in these markets, is people will have a plan and then you'll go against your plan mid-plan because you're like, oh, I'm long focused, and then you start to see that, you know, we're going against you, and then you flip short, and then we might have a pullback or, you know, a reversal, and you're just all over the place now. You have to have a plan and stick to your plan. And this is where analyzing that larger point of view can become very, very helpful to help you stay in flow with your larger plan. That's not the word I wanted, but we're going to go with it. Okay, so I took a long trade here. I was continuing to look for re-entries because I got stopped out. I always am a big fan of moving my stop once momentum starts to go in my favor to at least break even and then, you know, slightly in profit. I don't want to ever let a trade go from green to red. So I did move my stop, but really 1857.10 was key for me. From a larger point of view, if we could not hold that level and we were rejecting underneath, then I did not want to stay long focused. Instead, I wanted to wait for the next levels down to hit. And I'm also a big fan of, you have to see how we're reacting when these levels are hitting. You don't ever just automatically enter because we hit a level. You have to see the reaction we're getting at that level. So the next level down was 1828.90. You can see that we had a lot of consolidation here. I really thought we were going to reverse, but nope. Long wicks at the top, no buying pressure, a ton of just indecision type candles, and then sure enough, we just kept melting down until we finally hit my last really, really big level, which was 1860. I was out running errands at this point, and I did catch part of this move, but if I was at my computer, I would have had a much better entry. It was moving too fast for me to confidently enter with size, but I did catch still a really, really nice move off of that 1860 level. And we had a nice downtrend break, but again, I'm not taking these trend breaks unless my key levels are hitting. Those are number one in my strategy. Okay, so first trade was just along here. I did miss a really good short trade, obviously, but it's always easier looking back. My plan was not to short today unless I saw a spike up to a key level that I had, which we never did. So just wasn't interested short. I was rather just waiting for longs. Also, the other reason for that is you can see when we're hitting key levels and we are reversing long off of those key levels where we find buyers, it's really aggressive. Like we've got some really aggressive buying pressure as we're hitting these key levels. And so as long as I'm patient waiting for those levels to hit, I can get a really nice quick long trade off of that. But the most important part is being patient for those levels to hit, waiting for that reaction, and then entering. So far, we have fully retraced back to 1857.10, but once again, we're finding resistance there. So from that larger point of view, that's not what I want to see. If I'm thinking as a long-term investor, which is what a lot of my trades originate from, is like 4 hour, 1 day, 1 hour time frames, and then I move into smaller ones to day trade. But right now, how we end today would be very, very important from that larger point of view for me to see, are we holding underneath 1857.10 or are we closing over? And that'll dictate larger sentiment into tomorrow and into next week. Fridays are always really tricky for me. I don't really do very well on Fridays, so I tend to scale it back anyways. I did really well yesterday. I did pretty decent so far today, just depending on how this trade closes out. Then I'll show you guys my ending day profit and loss. It looks like I'm about to get stopped out, probably. But overall, I cannot complain because this price action has just, it's been hard. I said this in Discord today, and I think it would be helpful for anybody watching this. It's like if you're, and I don't even play video games, but for some reason this stuck with me. It's like if you're trying to play a game at level 10 and you can't even pass level 2. You're asking to blow up, or AKA kill your account. Or another thing that I can actually relate to a lot more is, because I did a lot of like bodybuilding back in the day, is let's say you hadn't deadlifted 400 pounds in forever, and then you skip the gym a lot and you go back to the gym and you immediately try to go and lift 400 pounds. You will likely throw your back out or injure yourself, and now you're out for a while and can't continue to train. That's how I like to think of trading, as like you've got to put in the reps to build up the confidence to get to the level that these markets are at. And if you're a beginner and you're feeling overwhelmed, just know the markets are at a very extremely difficult level to trade. So scale it back. The cool thing about futures is, yes, they're leveraged, but you can trade micros instead of minis. And so that allows you to have more breathing room. So, you know, one big 5-minute candle won't crush you. But I highly encourage you, if you're a beginner, scale it back, paper trade. If it's too overwhelming, zoom out to larger time frames. That can also really help. But if you are using larger time frames, you really do need to make sure you're scaling it back in the amount you're trading, because again, these candles are huge. Larger time frame, you got to have more capital usually. And if you're trading something like prop firms, larger time frames can be more difficult. So that's where you need to be getting better and practicing your scalping techniques, which really just comes with time and practice. This all comes with repetition. So really close to getting stopped out on oil. I was kind of just waiting to get out of that trade to show you guys my profit and loss, but it's not hit my stop yet. Okay, I'm just gonna put a screenshot up here somewhere on the screen. Before I got in the oil trade, I was at $9,425. Also, my laptop just freaking died, and I use Ninja for my personal account. So most of the time I just take trades from my phone, or the web version on my laptop actually is pretty user-friendly once you get the hang of it. I usually was trading from my desktop, but lately I've been doing more laptop trading because honestly I just don't like to be sitting at my desk for too long. So I'm either, you know, moving around the house doing things, or just using my phone if it's a larger point of view trade. If it's a heavier day trade though, I won't be doing that on my phone unless I've just got a really tight stop off of a key level. But yeah, about $9,425 right now. I'm up on oil about 2,280, but we're talking secured. So it looks like it's going to be at least a $10,000 day. Yesterday, I had over a $20,000 day. But again, I have not been having these days every day. And I also have not been taking a ton of trades that are sized until I have to have those key levels hit from that larger point of view. I have to see reactions at these levels. And me being super patient for that, which is a huge part of my strategy, that is where I have seen the most success over the years, is being patient, waiting for those levels to hit, setting alerts, and not trading until then. I think getting caught in the middle like this is where people go wrong. They're just trying to chase things that don't really make sense. You just don't have a plan. You're just going about your day, buying and selling, and you really don't have that larger point of view plan, which again is key for confidence. But that's a wrap for this YouTube video. This actually ended up being way longer than I had planned. I don't know, I actually didn't really have a plan for this YouTube video because it's just been so long since I've been on. And honestly, I'm gonna try my best to be consistent. I don't know what that's gonna look like. Like I said, with the baby, life is just so busy. Being a mom is the best thing that's ever happened to me, but my life has changed dramatically. And like I said, I'm still trying to figure out the best trading routine for me right now, which has a lot more to do with not being on screens as much, a lot more to do with having time freedom and trying to find a balance between being a high achieving, go type
always got to be working type woman to now transitioning into being a mom and knowing that I can't just spend all my time working because I want to spend it with her. So that's why I do work hard, right? That's why I trade. That's why I do all these things. That's why I flip houses, I invest. It's because I want to have freedom and time to spend with her. But anyways, I hope you guys liked this type of video. I don't know. Maybe I'll do more of them. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. And if you're interested in the Discord community or any free trainings, I do have some free trainings that I try to put out at least like one every month. Just check the description box down below. And then obviously I'm gonna try to post more content on YouTube now. Hopefully, we shall see. Oh, and if you don't already, make sure you follow me on Instagram. I'll tag it over here. I am more frequent on there and I post more often just because it's easier. Making YouTube videos takes a lot more effort. So make sure you follow me there, and never fall for scammers ever. I will never direct message you, send you a friend request, and comment, WhatsApp, all that stuff. That's not me. So anyways, all right, see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Later.